Welcome to Love by Design, the podcast for high achieving women who are ready to stop performing for love and start building it from truth, from alignment. Let's begin. Hello, and welcome back to Love by Design. My name is still Joan, and this is our very first episode. Well, besides the January 1st episode, which was a special edition. For this month, I already mentioned that we're going to be diving deep into the foundation of aligned love. So, this is going to be a bunch of episodes that's going to challenge everything that you've been taught about dating and relationships. But before we build something new, we have to be honest about what's broken. So, let's talk about 2026 and the state of love so far. And this might sting you a little bit, but the point is not to discourage you. The point is for transformation to happen, it has to come from truth. So let's get started. Okay, so what do we know so far? Well, what the data is telling us up until 2025 is that still about 50% of marriages end in divorce. That's the number that everyone knows. But here's what they don't tell you. Of the 50% who are still staying together, only about 10 to 15% describe themselves as genuinely happy. So we're looking at maybe 5 to 10% of marriages that are actually thriving. And yet we keep blaming ourselves. We're too picky. We're too much. We haven't healed enough. We haven't this. We haven't done that. It's the dating apps. We internalize the failure as personal when the numbers clearly shows that this is systemic. The system is failing and not you. So here's what I've been saying in 2025. I want to name what is actually happening. And I'm hoping that you've seen the same thing too. Well, I'm seeing a lot of brilliant, accomplished women completely, quietly quitting the whole dating game. Not loudly. They're not screaming, all right, I'm done. They're just quietly walking away. They're deleting the apps. They're declining setups, introductions by friends and family. And you keep hearing things like, oh, I'm just focused on myself right now, or I'm focusing on my career, or I'm focusing on the kids. Which, yeah, sometimes that could be true, but most times it's just code for I've lost hope, I've given up. But they just don't want to say that out loud. I'm seeing a lot of women who have tried, who've actually put in the effort to do everything right. Air quotes. So this could look like going to therapy, hiring a coach, reading all the self-help books out there. And yet they're still ending up in the same patterns. They're still attracting the emotionally unavailable men, situationships that go nowhere, connections that start with promises and then end with ghosting. They're still receiving breadcrumbs and mistaking it for he's so busy. Underneath all of that, we now have a whole world of women who have lost trust. They've lost trust in men. They lost trust in the process. They've lost trust in love. So if this sounds familiar, if you were nodding saying, yeah, I'm sick of this game, well, it's not you. Because a lot of women all over the world having the same response to an insane paradigm. This paradigm, this broken paradigm that we were taught about what love is supposed to look like and what marriages are supposed to feel like, comes from three main sources. We had the fairy tales. And I still watch fairy tale movies. I'm going to be honest, like I watch it now, but I'm just like, oh my God, who believes all of this stuff? But the truth is we watched all of this growing up. And so we had this fantasy about how love actually works. We saw love as this as destiny. Someone finds you, chooses you, and then you set off into the sunset and live happily ever after. No one mentioned that this whole love at first sight might actually be a trauma recognition, chemistry with no substance. No one taught us that. We just thought If we're feeling the sparks, it means go, go, go. And so we went. And then we got broken. The second part that this paradigm comes from is religion and tradition, where we've been told the Proverbs 31 woman, where love is a duty, you stay regardless of what is happening. And so the woman stays. She sacrifices herself, her dreams, her goals. She's of service to her husband and the kids. And again, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with any of this. No, but only if it's serving you too. So what happens is the woman just gives and gives and gives. And then she's left feeling lost, feeling empty, feeling broken. And then, of course, we had Hollywood. These are all the movies, the celebrities, right? And we see it on social media. You see all the photos, couple goals, and you're just thinking, oh my God, when is it going to be my turn? It's got to be real. It looks real. It feels real. It's dramatic. It's loud. It's expressive. It must be deep. This is what love is. But it's not. So here's what we all have in common. These three sources that created the paradigm that we've been living in taught us to look outside of ourselves for love. That somehow you are incomplete. And somehow you have to wait to be chosen. You have to perform to be worthy. You have to keep chasing this feeling, this spark, this excitement. Or the flip side is you just have to settle. Long suffering is the reward. That there is something to gain by being in a challenging, unhappy situation or relationship. These paradigms, none of them taught us how to build love from the inside out. None of them taught us that true love starts from you. You seeing you loving yourself, you knowing who you are, and you choosing from the truth of who you are. And so we were just building on broken ground. We were just following some script that's probably never worked and wondering why everything just keeps collapsing, why nothing seems to be panning out the way we want it. So the question now is, what if it's time to try something different? What if instead of trying harder inside a broken system, trying to fix it or trying to conform, we actually stepped out of it entirely? What if love isn't something that you find, but something that you build, something that you become? Well, that's what this next few episodes are going to be about, because I'm going to show you why more healing isn't the answer and what actually is. Why chemistry alone is a trap, doesn't work. And then finally, what your human design reveals about how you are wired to love and how you can use that as a foundation to build a partnership that can actually stand the test of time, that can actually be fulfilling and satisfying, and you can grow together. Trust me, this isn't a dating tip. This is a complete paradigm shift. This is a shift from everything that we've been doing, from performing for love to now attracting it by becoming it, from finding the one to becoming the aligned one. So here's what I want you to do. Before next week's episode, which is 1 week away, here's what I want you to sit with. What is one belief about love that you inherited, whether it's from your family, your culture, Hollywood, a fairy tale, or even past relationships? What is one belief that you never actually questioned? And maybe it's something like, oh, love requires sacrifice, or men can never be trusted, or marriage is not about happiness, or opposites attract, right? Or you have to compromise to be loved. There's no perfect relationship, or you have to work for love, right? That's one that was a big one for me, that I had to keep working to be loved. I had to earn it. It's not just given. So what is it for you? Right? Just notice it. Just name it. Just journal if you wanted to, but you can just name it and just look at it, because that's the first step. Awareness is always the first layer of foundation. From the awareness, we can start to move forward and dismantle some of these beliefs that are not true and build a solid foundation based on the truth of who you truly are. So that's it for today's episode. Next week, we will keep moving forward, because this year is all about you becoming that version of you that can attract the partner that you want, because we know that you don't attract what you want, you attract what you be. This year, 2026, it's all about being. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me on today's episode. And if it stirred something in you, trust that alignment isn't a concept, it is a calling. And if you're feeling the nudge to take this work deeper, then I want you to go ahead and book your Aligned Love Assessment, where we map your patterns, reveal what's keeping you stuck, and explore your journey to aligned love. You can book your session at joannwosu.com. That's JONNWOSU.com. Until next time, remember, you're not here to earn love, you're here to embody it. So keep dating by design, not by default. See you next week.